Yes, people. Welcome back to the Football Terrace. We're here, we're live with Six-Sided. You know what I mean? The new show that we had been doing for a couple of months now, and we've been enjoying it. We just take this time to ask some questions that need to be answered. We do some fiction or we do some football on this show. And hey, today's questions, I don't know. There might be a lot more football than fiction, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see about that as we get on. Today, we're going to be talking all things Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? Losing again, getting thrashed out of the cup by Crystal Palace. Arne Slot complaining about options off the bench like he hasn't spent 400 million in the summer. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into Arsenal and how good do they look? How strong is their squad? Because there are claims from some Arsenal fans that they've not only got the strongest squad in England, but they have the strongest squad in Europe. That's what some of them are saying. So we're going to chat about that. We're going to chat about Man United and us actually doing okay for once in our lives. You know what I'm saying? People are getting a bit excited, you know what I mean? Just a little bit, and they're starting to claim certain things just like Arsenal fans. So we're going to talk about that. And then also we've got the big game on the weekend, which is Spurs and Chelsea. And we have a really interesting Chelsea and Spurs conversation that we're going to have today. But before we get started, I'm going to introduce the panel. We've got man like Quest repping Chelsea. We've got man like Ash, who he's so happy to be on because I actually mentioned Newcastle when recruiting for the match of action yesterday, and he was smiling. You know what I mean? He gets upset when I don't mention Newcastle in the when I'm recruiting for shows.
Small team.
Tiny team. And then obviously, and down the below, we've got the three Gooners coming on. We've got Seb, we've got Anton, but okay, I say by popular demand. It's not by popular demand. It's by a vendetta. By a vendetta. Kunle has come on today because he wanted to make sure that he was on with the man right next to me here. He is, I don't know what he wants to say, but he's frozen and he's got something he wants to chat to Quez about. So here he is. You know what I'm saying? He is with us now. If he returns, that would be great. Before he calls anyone out and he goes and demand to be on with someone, he needs to sort your internet. Yo, couldn't let you hear. Oh, you're
muted as well, man.
And he needs to get his sound back.
Good lame, man.
Nah, you're on mute. You have to unmute yourself on StreamYard.
Bro, look at this,
man. Look at this.
Arsenal forgets to pay the flipping hot water bill. Now they can't pay internet. Now they're struggling with
cold pizza.
Oh, it's just going downhill.
Yeah, no, we can't hear you, bro. You might have to come in and come out again because and he's gone. And he's gone. See, people, here's a lesson for you. If you're gonna come and challenge someone, make sure you're ready.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The mic is there, the connection is there. He's come for Quest and he can't chat the Quest now.
Make sure you pay your internet bill. At least Quest pays his internet bill. You know
what is going on here? What is going on? The question is obviously always the case is where is Terry? Where is Terry? Terry, okay, listen to this Terry guy. Yeah, you're here, Conley. Yeah. Oh, and his mic's muted again. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, finally. Yes, we're ready to go. All right, so this Terry geezer, listen to this here. So he said to me that KJ, I can't do today. I was like, why? He says, I'll get my tattoo done, and it hurts. Yeah, I'm in pain, and so I need you to cover for me. So I'm like, okay, cool, boss. That's obviously my job. It's what I'm here for. But I'm sitting there like, hold on. This big bad Terry Flewers, Mr. Terrence, Mr. Alpha Steel, this brother, getting sick day for tattoo. I see you. See you, my friend. I see you. So when you guys next see him, ask him how his arm is, and I'm pretty sure you'll get it. But listen, I have no tattoos, but I swear, if I got a tattoo, I still would be here on time. I got actually talking about needles. I gave blood yesterday. No, 2 days ago. And when I say I gave blood, I tried to give blood. They missed the name. They were doing up all of this in my arm trying to find a vein to
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I keep away from needles unless I absolutely need to. You got time to bed. Sure that
here, but there's a little bruise for where the needle was, and I'm sitting there like, guys, I just want to help the world. You know what I mean? I want to give blood to the people who need it. I've nothing to do with my wife forcing me to be there at all. But you know what I mean? It's one of those ones.
Here we go.
Just want to help out. But yeah, I hope everyone is all good in the comment section as well. How you're doing? I see you guys in them. One of our wonderful ladies, Mama Flossie's in there as well. I see you, John James, too. Man like Braff, who else in there? 40 Corner, I see you. Twisted Baba, of course, is here as well.
Yeah. Twisted Baba, behave. I saw that comment.
And like Soldan, here we got Regista Kev in the chat as well. And Neo Draken, obviously Jamie Wayne as well. Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Okay, guys, before we get started, you know what to do. You need to subscribe to the Football Terrace, smash that like button, and make sure all the people who are not in the stream get this by sharing it out on Instagram, X, YouTube, whatever. However you give it out, give it. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know what's going on here today. So we're going to get straight into it, people. First question, fact or fiction, fiction or football? And it's going to be fiction or football. Chelsea are a defensive disaster, and Tottenham will expose them and take all 3 points this weekend. Quest, as the Chelsea fan, is that fact or is that fiction, my friend?
It's fiction, man. It's fiction, man. It's fiction. Defensive disasters too much, man. We're doing too much. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, those who watched the Carabao Cup game yesterday would have seen that the defense wasn't so polished. Yeah, that's probably the phrasing you're looking for, right? But defensive disasters too much. That would sort of communicate that we're losing games 5-6-7-0, which we're definitely not. We're losing games by relatively tight margins, man.
2-1 to Sunderland.
Yeah, 2-1 to 2-1. They're a decent. Hey, they're better than you. You know what I mean? The Mackhams are gonna come and see you. Don't worry. Red and white stripes. Red and white stripes gonna put the black and white stripes on you, boy. Don't you worry.
Listen, you're looking red at the moment. 6 out of the last 9 games, red cards. I'll tell you what, when I'm looking you guys up, I'm thinking you're Arsenal nowadays. The amount of red that's on your team.
Well, listen, boy, we've got lots of issues right now, yeah, and that's just where we're at right now as a club. But I think it's fiction, man. Defensive disasters too much. It's too much. There's definitely mistakes being made for sure, but defensive disaster would like that would suggest we're actually shipping like copious amount of goals. And we're actually not. We're not. Like, it was just a Carabao Cup game yesterday where we conceded 3? I think it was 3 we conceded. It's just unfortunately the pairings.
That's your understanding, no problem.
Yeah, it is my understanding. Thank you, Kunle. And so what obviously the struggle as well is right now is it isn't the best, but of course it's because we're struggling with our defensive pairings. I don't think we've actually had the same defensive pairing for more than 3 games. So it's tough right now. But defensive disasters far too much.
Yeah, but
will Tottenham expose us? Because like I said, we've got players out, and right now we ain't got great pairings. So that's what else.
There's another reason.
Oh my gosh, this is
I don't know if everybody wants to say it for me. Go ahead.
Ash,
why are you not having these pairings? Is it because sometimes they're getting red cards and then they can't play? Because that's normally how that has been happening recently.
Well, yeah, but Delap got sent off. He's not a defender. So,
so
what? Give me a chance, mate.
Right, so there's six red cards, and you've just named one of them from the last game.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, KJ, wait.
Yeah.
Did KJ say defenders or defensive? I'm just asking.
I said defensive.
Defensive.
Okay,
defensive disaster.
So that doesn't mean you're only looking at his defenders, right? You're looking at them defending as a whole, no?
Yeah.
That's what
yeah. So how far back in positions
I'm just
are we going?
I'm just trying to understand. You said a striker got sent off yesterday, so that could be nothing to do with your defense. So.
Well, we weren't defending when he got sent off either.
Defensive can mean whatever it means to you. If you think a defensive unit is also including the striker and the wingers, how they defend, then you're free to speak on that.
Hey, you know my thing, KJ. We defend with everyone, innit? You know what we're on. That's why we. goals. So the reason why it might just about be fiction is because the second half of the statement, Tottenham, we're relying on Tottenham to expose someone. That was where it just started getting a bit crazy. But defensive disaster, yeah, Chelsea definitely right now. They're a defensive disaster, bro. Because they conceded 3 goals at home to Wolves, bro. To Wolves, the worst team in the league.
At home. We were at the Molyneux.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
There's a way. There's a way. Man, when I did that extra little space.
But still,
Seasoning.
it's 3 goals against Wolves. That's embarrassing. Sunderland came up and done your dance with 2 goals. You can't talk that Newcastle shit to me because we're above Sunderland, so try it. So, like, the reality is it's fiction because of the Tottenham part, but if you just left the first part, they are a defensive disaster right now. Because, KJ, I thought Chelsea were my favourites for the title this year. They were my favourites, but they have 2 players for every position. They got the confidence of the World Club.
Far too much, Kunle, boy.
How you wear this badge and
this?
say that you thought Chelsea is the favorites?
Bro, like I'm an Arsenal fan, but I did expect Arteta to win it. But as an outsider, I thought Chelsea with the quality that they have, they proved me wrong so many times last season, bro. So I'll be stupid to not count on them. That's how I looked at it. But
wait.
Can I just
What did they prove you wrong?
Really quickly.
I'm really interested to hear this.
Let me go. Chris, that's the Chelsea
really
fan.
quickly, just because this is what I love. Yeah, this look how quickly it took for us to get away from the question. Because people, when they talk about Chelsea, they don't want to talk about the questions. They just want to talk about bashing Chelsea. I understand you lot. Just relax. In the Premier League, just somebody tell me how many goals we've conceded.
I don't know. You tell me.
No. You couldn't. You're here.
In the Premier League, Chelsea have conceded
11.
Be a stat man,
11.
Right.
But if you can tell me, bro. You can tell me how many goals.
Right. So we're on 11.
11, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
11.
realistically,
some more goals than games.
How many teams are worse off than us?
But that's not the question, though, is it?
No, but when you say disaster, that should mean that we're right down there, bottom half, with the amount of goals conceded.
To be honest,
right?
I'm not the one that asked the question, so KJ will have to define what he meant by that.
That's why I'm answering it. Yeah, that's why I'm answering it. Disaster.
Yeah, it's the wording. It's the wording. It's very important.
This is the question that we.
Yeah, but you conceded 3 goals.
You're conceding multiple chances.
Yeah, but Chris, what you've just done.
You never seem in control of the game because you look like you're always going to concede. That's
because what you've just done. You've just said how many goals have we conceded in the Premier League?
Yeah.
What was yesterday?
The Carabao.
Was that not the Premier League, was it? So what are we doing?
Okay,
those 3 goals.
If you add the Champions League goals,
okay, but hold on. So if we're doing that, yeah, after the second game of the season against West Ham, would you have said Chelsea are phenomenal attacking force because we scored 5? You wouldn't have said that. So this is what I'm saying. What people want to do is they want to take games in isolation and start just trying to. Yeah, I see what you're doing. It's all right. I know you lot work. Trying to do build narratives. I hear you. Disaster's far too much.
But you've got to admit
too much.
You've got a defensive issue. Like I saw someone say that there's only been 1 red card of all them. Sanchez, no. Gusto. Chalobah, are we about to say that they're flipping upfield players? Are we changing?
I didn't say
changing that. I know someone said that. Someone said that.
I'm just saying when you say disaster, because mind you, Newcastle have conceded 3 less than us.
It's the wording.
So it's 1 game.
Yeah.
No, but it's discipline. It's discipline.
No one has said the statement was fact yet. Nobody said that, but you're fighting for your life.
But you know what? I've got an interesting question on top of this as well, because because you mentioned Kunle, you mentioned Spurs, as in you're like we're talking about Spurs here exposing someone. But I remember a few weeks ago, someone made an interesting comment, and they said, pound for pound, and if they look at it properly, they don't think Chelsea is much better than Spurs as a squad. So Seb, I'm going to ask the question, Seb. How much better is this Chelsea squad really compared to Spurs if we actually look at their squads and how they're performing?
I don't think Chelsea's particularly that much better. If you even go down the back line, Tottenham have a better back line than Chelsea. Easily. It's not even close for me. Even Danso would start for Chelsea. The midfield, I think Chelsea win on that one. The forward line, I think Tottenham have more fluidity there. It's more set front line. I think the problem with Chelsea is I don't think their defence is a complete disaster, but I think the main factor isn't even the injuries or the red cards. it's the same point I was making about their defence before. I think if you look down the years at why Chelsea have been so good defensively, when they have blooded young players, which most of their defenders are very young, they've got the youngest squad in the league, they've always had a senior defender there to bring them through, teach them the ropes, show them how to play. You had Gary Cahill, John Terry, Azpilicueta. Look how important Thiago Silva was to that Chelsea side. Even when he was reaching his near 40s, he was integral to bringing those players through. But the amount of turnover Chelsea have constantly, there isn't. I don't think there's enough senior figures there at the back line to bleed them in properly. So I think the problem is they've got a lot of talent at the back, but for me, because a lot of them are so raw, which is also why I think they're getting so many red cards, is because the players are so young. Sometimes they make rash decisions. I do think if they had a bit more of a figurehead. So, for example, for me, someone like Rudiger, whose contract is expiring at the end of the season, he would personally be, for me, looking for someone to bring in, because I think Chelsea as a squad overall have enough in there. I just don't think there's enough older profiles to bring those through. As you look at Arsenal, for example, we're bringing in Mosquera while our centre-backs are still getting to their peak age, so you still have that next generation coming through. I think Chelsea needs someone older, more experienced, like a Thiago Silva, to kind of help them with that. But I do think Tottenham will end up finishing above Chelsea. They have, I think, a better squad overall, and I do think they have a better manager.
Quez, did you notice something in that?
Hopefully you're going to tell me, and then I can.
Well, do you know what just baffles me is every time an Arsenal fan speaks, they have to mention their own team.
Okay, listen.
Ash, an example, because I'm an Arsenal fan, I have that
as the person who has to mention Newcastle.
It's the same with Newcastle. You have a more senior defender in Dan Burn. Okay, I'll use the Newcastle example. You have a more senior defender in Dan Burn. You bring in younger players. You still have that experience at the back. There's another example for you.
Yeah,
it's the same with Inter Milan.
We're not going to detract. Ash, I saw what you did there. We're not detracting from the Chelsea. And so, because Seb said Spurs are going to fish above Chelsea. Do
you know how crazy this is? And that's not even crazy to say Spurs could finish above us, right? But to say they will with full confidence is nuts. Like, I don't even remember the last time Spurs finished above us.
World champs nicely, bro.
Let alone the fact that you're telling us to bring back Rudiger. Are you actually okay? This is a guy that when he had the opportunity left us in the lurch, right? And you want to beg for bread. You want us to beg for bread. And you talk about not having senior players, yeah? The problem isn't we don't have senior players. The problem is our senior players at the back are not good enough. I thought they were after the first couple of games because we weren't shipping crazy amount of goals.
Hey,
all of a sudden, there's been some mistakes. I'll finish, Kunle. And then all of a sudden, a couple things went wrong and it started looking a bit mad. So I agree with you that right now, our centre backs specifically are not great. But you can't say we don't have experience because Tosin is 27. You don't need any more experience. He's been playing.
When you say experience,
he's
not like Tosin.
Hold on. You're not going to let me finish. You're not going to let me finish today. Tosin has been playing in the league for how long? 4+ years. If that's not experience, I don't know what it is. Chalobah has been playing for Chelsea for how long? He had a whole half a season at Crystal Palace, right? And he was there under Tuchel in the Chelsea team in 2021. So if that's not experience, I don't know what is. Much more, and I will understand the criticism. People want to criticize this now. Even James is our club captain. He's 26 or 27 years old. You're not saying senior like that doesn't mean experience. Like people are laughing in the chat like that is not what senior is. You've got the age on the younger players and you've got the experience. That's a senior player. So if
I wouldn't have said Chalobah though.
It's like bro, Quest. No. I love you, bro. You've forgotten who you are.
Today I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna finish. We're talking about senior players. Senior.
Those used to be senior defenders.
Oh my gosh! Let me just give you the large picture, brother.
I just feel like you're like picking up man like Tosin. You guys used to have freaking John Terry.
Did I say these were the best? Did I say
Ashley Cole, Branislav Ivanovic.
You see what's the problem with you?
Those were great defenders. Where your standards gone, man?
Relax.
Oh, that's the fan put my standards is hilarious. By the way,
this is what I mean. Relax. We talked about senior. Yeah. First of all, you have to understand sometimes about playing time. Like Ben White is more of a senior player in terms of his Premier League experience than Timber is. because he's been here longer. He's played in the Prem longer. He was at Brighton for 2 years playing. You've
You're
got
not wrong.
senior.
It's true.
We've lost one of our most experienced centre backs in Levi Colwill, and he's only 24. But that's because he had a good season under under De Zerbi at Brighton. He'd been playing football at Huddersfield. He was playing senior. So yes, I get what you're saying. Age is not there, yes, but some of these players have a lot of experience and should be doing better. But again, disaster is far too strong. It's not a disaster. There's been disaster moments, but the actual defense as a whole is not a disaster, bro. We've had one game where, in fact, 2 games, I think, where we've conceded 3 goals, right? That's not a disaster.
What,
You're telling me
what are we doing here, bro? Quest,
what
why
I'm doing is explaining to you why it's not a disaster. You explain to me why it is then, couldn't they? Since you want to be here doing witchcraft, witch hunting.
I just want to understand. I want to understand. Have you landed? Or can I go? Have you landed?
My plane landed 25 minutes ago, but you lot were still trying to keep me on the runway. Go ahead, Kunle.
That baggage claim now.
Kunle.
Like,
He
he wants
baggage
to
claim.
pretend, like Quest wants to come on this screen and pretend that when we're talking about experienced players, we're talking about a guy like Tosin just because of his age. No, historically, that's not how we've looked at experienced players, just because of who's played the most games. He knows what he's doing, but he's just trying to do the shameless thing. And like Tosin is an experienced player, or Ben White is more experienced than Timber and all that rubbish. Like I'm not out here calling Saka an experienced player, even though he's played a bag of games. And
Saka is experienced.
He is an
experienced player.
Kunle, what are you talking about?
Like when I'm he's 24. When was that ever an experienced professional footballer?
How long has he been playing for Arsenal?
In the Premier League, there is though.
Historically, I'm not maybe historically 26 and above, playing at the top level. That's what we really kind of put as an experienced player. Obviously, things have changed since everything's on social media and YouTube and all that stuff. People are changing the narratives of what we've grown up on. But the reality is, Tosin doesn't get that experience tag just because of his age. Tosin made himself eligible for Nigeria, and he's still not even got a cap. He's just trash in it. So that guy's never going to be considered as an experienced player.
But that's not experience.
In this life, right? In this life, there's a finite amount of everything. I don't want you to waste your breath anymore, bro. You're waffling. When we talk about experience, bro, it's about playing time and age, bro. It has to be. There's no
always quality though, Quest. Like where
no, because you're not gonna derail it again. Don't derail it. Stay with the question. Don't derail it. I'm not saying these players are good. I'm just saying these are our most experienced players in the squad. That is a fact.
But
That's
that
That
is probably a problem.
Anybody at halftime.
I'm gonna bring it around a bit because we got some comments to go to as well. But in terms of the whole experience debate, I think yes, age is part of it, because I think experience also comes not just on the football pitch but about life as well, maturity. You know, like sometimes footballers will go through things off the pitch that we don't see, and that will affect them on the pitch. Like we see with Jadon Sancho, his off the pitch antics is the reason why his career is not flown off. If he had an older, more mature player around him at Man United who's able to see beyond just the football pitch and on and off the field as well, then they'll be able to help. So you need the age to go with it as well. The experience thing, again, it's about levels. So yes, Tosin has got Premier League experience. That's correct, but he hasn't been to Champions League finals. He hasn't been to FA Cup finals. Has he been to Carabao Cup finals? In these crucial moments of a footballer's career, has he been there? No. And so he doesn't even know how to navigate that. And Chelsea Football Club, that's where you want to get to. You want to get to the place where you are in Champions League finals, where you are in title races, when you are in these things. Reece James counts. I will count Reece James because he's done that. But Tosin, Chalobah, they haven't. Yeah.
Okay, Jay, if we're doing that, what makes any of Arsenal's players experienced? Because they've not been to any finals in the last 5 years.
Okay.
No. Don't get upset.
So international. So, for instance, wait. International finals
don't
don't
answer
count.
that question. This ain't the Arsenal segment. Don't answer that question.
I'm just saying. That's why I said the experience has to be, because also, like you said, you made a great point, KJ. Right? It's about things in life too, right? You can say that. So when Cole Palmer referenced Tosin being the one that helped him settle, in London, what do you think that means in terms of experience? He's referencing somebody that is more experienced than him, that has helped him settle in life. That's what Palmer said. Palmer was crediting some of his success to Tosin. So that's what I'm saying.
His
Like,
experience
I
as
know
a
people.
man. Okay, but maybe, but he hasn't
Let's just
played
move on. This is going to go
football at the
left
top,
again.
highest level.
What does that mean? None of your players have
He
either.
came
You
from
ain't made it to
Fulham.
one final.
Well,
So what?
yes,
We could do that all day.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen,
Has
listen,
nothing
listen.
to do with
Listen,
Arsenal.
we're going to stop.
Yeah.
There's no reason to go around in circles. It's straight up experience of what it is in the competition that you're in to be able to get to the level that you can play at and have many games in it. So the Premier League, you're an experienced player if you have like 100 plus games. No matter if you're 23 or you could be 29 and have 5 games in the Premier League, you're not experienced in the Premier League. You have to play a certain amount of games to understand the competition. It's the same with everything else. But the reason why Chalobah, I wasn't going to allow you to say, because if you're saying that he's an experienced player and then he gets a red card, that needs to come into it, because then he's got disciplinary issues and you can't
get a red card if you're an experienced. So what about Casemiro? No, because you're not going to trip yourselves up here. What about Casemiro then?
Well, why?
He's a guy that's played multiple Champions League finals.
But
So what are you talking about?
Chris, I think Ash, I need to get these super chats. I think Ash was trying to say is, in that sense, is like, so if he is an experienced player and he is getting his red cards, then there's a bigger issue than just the experience thing. It's a quality and a discipline problem, which
I get that,
is a different discussion altogether. Right, we've got some super chats here and some comments I want to go through right now. These men don't know Kunle. Anton, just let Kunle do his things and watch a master at work. Go on, my G. That is from Tevin.
I will. I'm going to let Kunle cook. All right. I'll promise.
NNG Blue One says Chelsea has the worst centre backs in the Premier League. At least 10 teams have better centre backs. We have Colwill and Fofana's never fit. If we use Caicedo, it's over. I mean, if they have the worst centre backs in the league, then that means there's 19 teams. That means there's 19 teams with better centre backs, not just at least 10. But I hear what you're saying, mate. I hear what you're saying. I think Chelsea's squad is very good. I think Maresca is a nutter. Maresca getting called out there. We got 2 billion is very disaster. Basically saying spending 2 billion.
I didn't even spell billion right. Look, you're a disaster, bro. Love though. Love for the super chat though. Love.
Beloin, 2 billion.
MNG Blue, it was back again saying everyone exposes us to
you're not a Chelsea fan.
Spurs comment. James here says go for Spurs and Chelsea is that goalkeepers are even. I don't think that's even true. I think Macari is better.
Yeah,
Chelsea have better fullbacks. Spurs have better centre backs. Chelsea's midfield and the attack is equal. Well, if you take out Cole Palmer, the attack for Chelsea.
I mean, you got Esther Wow. I'm liking Esther Wow. I can't believe said that.
Hey, Kudus is the best probably the third best right winger in the league. That's probably the wrong way to say it, but he's the third best in the league at right wing.
I mean, look,
you take Kudus all day, but Richarlison, are you guys all right? Are you smoking?
Richarlison, Kolomawani, and Solanke as your striking options is a disgrace. I'm so sorry.
I like Kolomawani. I love Kolomawani.
That's why you're an Arsenal fan. That's why you like Kolomawani. You don't have to win. Kolomawani cost his country a World Cup.
It happens, man. They know about that. Saka missed the pen. They know about that.
That's why they like him. You know what I'm
saying? Spurs' attack yesterday when we played them looked terrible. Straight up, they looked terrible.
It's not looking good. Tosin is a cover-up for the Chelsea owners. Instead of signing quality centre-back, they're signing for free, and he's on a low salary. Interesting take. Chelsea have decent centre backs if only Fofana stayed fit and Levi was available.
Keyword is decent, not great. Decent. They're okay. They're average.
No, Levi Colwell.
Not average, Brian.
No. I listen. As someone who's not a Chelsea fan, I will say this: Levi Colwell is unbelievable. He is unbelievable. Everything. His age. If you think his age, he as a centre back. Centre backs need experience because you need to be able to understand how wingers and how certain players are.
How old is
one man's trash is another man's treasure, I must say. Because Kule's coming from a Newcastle fan, you could dream of having a player like Colwell on his team.
He's 21, isn't he?
But
I
what
think
does
he's
age
20,
have to do?
21,
Why we
22.
saying- Why we start statements for his age? We're talking about a 15-year-old or something.
No, because we're
No, but
rating
I'm saying
someone for
he's-
being young
Bro,
in the Premier League.
Bro,
He's really,
Levi
really
Colwell
good.
would be the 5th best centre
I
back
don't
at
understand.
Arsenal.
If
Maybe
we're rating
6th.
a player, we
Oh,
just
that's
rate him.
Arsenal.
We don't say because for his age he's X.
No,
Y,
but
Z.
I'm just having to
Why we
keep
doing
things in perspective. That's all I got to do here.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
anyway, we're going to move on from this conversation because we're
Please.
distracting a little bit. Who is more experienced, Tosin or Yamal?
Well, Yamal's never
Yamal,
played in the Prem,
Yamal.
so
Yamal.
No.
The man
Again,
saying
this
this
is
is
where-
what are we? I
Went
don't
to-
get what we're
he
talking
went
about.
to
I
Euro
don't get what we're
finals and
talking
won
about.
it.
Okay,
Champions League
but
semi-finals.
okay, but if that's the case, yeah, I never want to hear
Won
you
La
ever
Liga.
again, ever bring up Timber ever again, because Reece James has done everything Timber will ever dream about.
Wait, sorry.
He won't
Playing
do it.
at Barcelona,
I don't
playing
wanna
at
hear it.
Fulham, playing at Fulham is not experience for me. That's not
It's the
experience.
Premier. What are you talking about? You're playing
Oh,
in the
no,
league.
Anton, don't do
It's
that. Man.
there's
Anton,
experience, and then there is
Anton,
like the quality of experience. When you're
Well,
playing
You
for
enter the
Fulham
marketplace. You've got
for most of your
Anton,
career,
you
it's
realize
not.
West's default mechanism is Arsenal. That's all he does. Chelsea.
Yeah.
Why
Arsenal.
would it be? I've seen my team win.
That's
You
what
know,
it
And
is.
if he goes there,
you're
welcome
not
to
me.
my world because I will.
I never
like-
attack Arsenal because I'm good, but this is
No,
this
I
what
never
I
said
mean.
you attack.
Look at
You're
how the
obsessed with us.
conversations go. You lot
You're
never stay
obsessed
on the
with us.
topic because you lot are
We're talking
stop-
about Chelsea, but you've
Is it- look,
mentioned Arsenal
look.
every single time you've spoken.
I didn't even
every
bring them
time.
up. You lot brought them up.
Anyway,
Who's the you
guys,
lot that put them
hey,
up?
you two. Hey,
Anton
you
brought
two,
him up.
relax. Anton, I love you, bro. That point wasn't it. I'm just gonna say that wasn't it. I'm sorry, man. And then we also got a super chat here that says Colwill is 21, not 24. Stop lying. I don't know who called him 24. Must have missed
Yeah,
that one.
Ash, can we back that up? Is that 21?
Anyway,
I just said I'm pretty sure he's 21.
I think
Yeah.
it is 21, 22. He's right now. He's not 24
Ash
yet.
is a machine with his football facts. I always go to Ash on this stuff.
But yes, guys, make sure you're smashing that like button and you are sharing this out to all the people, and make sure you subscribe to the Football Terrace. Right, we're going to move on to the next question here in a moment. I just need to ask you guys.
He's 22. Yeah.
Here we go. So it is 22. There we go. Fact confirmed. So next question is this. And I'm going to go to Seb. I'm going to go to Seb first. Here we go. Fictional football. Bryan Mbeumo has been Man United's best signing of the summer and possibly has been the best signing in the league. Fictional football.
I would say he's been by far Man United's best signing. He's transformed that attack. He just gets what he's good at. He just gets a lot of shots off, and his shot accuracy is really good. Let's be honest, if he hasn't been in the team, you haven't got as much wins as you can. He's a threat. Defenders are scared of him. He creates space for other forwards because he will get started to get doubled up on. The best signing in the league, I think maybe not. I would probably say someone like Voltemada has probably been a better signing than him so far. I would say the way Zubamendi's been so crucial for us. Without Zubamendi now, our midfield drops off a bit, so I'd probably say him. But he's definitely in the top 5 best signings for sure, especially because of how bad United were last year and how much better their attack is. It's not a coincidence that they're getting far more shots off this season, far more shot accuracy off this season. They have far more XG generated this season. Their attack has gone up a level. Obviously, Cunha's in there and he's been fantastic. He hasn't got the goals, but he's been clutch. He's been a clutch player. He got the finish he had straight away against Liverpool at Anfield shows the level of quality that he is. I would say he's definitely in the top 5 signings. I wouldn't say he's been the best, but he's been class, and he's probably been Man United's best player this season.
Yeah, I don't think there's much disagree there. I've got a different question to go off of that because that was such a good answer. Okay, so Man United fans, there are some that's taken this 3-game win streak and have gone to the moon. You know what I mean? They've just gone, their heads are gone and they are just loving life. They whatever they're smoking the good stuff. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of hype and vibes and all these things you gotta say. People saying we're back and we're gonna challenge for the league and all that. I don't necessarily believe all of that. But one thing I've heard, not from just from Man United fans, but there's some from rival fans talking about it as well, is that Man United on paper might have the best front 3 in the league, And Ash, I want to go to you because obviously United fans like to banter Newcastle about all three of those signings in some way, shape, or form. But obviously the Sesko one is a bit that one hurts a bit more than the rest of them. But Man United's front three is there a chance it could be the best front three in the league?
Better than just in general, definitely not. Like that is some hella fiction. Like there is no way that'll be the best front three in the league. Like you guys don't even like play together. Like when I watch, the biggest problem that I've seen with Man United when I watch you guys play, Bryan Mbeumo is so much about himself. Like he will not be this unselfish person that will cross the ball to Sesko. Like he will happily take people on and try and get a shot off himself, whereas a different team will not. Yeah, I don't want to see any faces pulled because it doesn't do that. There's a reason why Mbeumo has so many shots and so many touches is because he doesn't cross the ball to Sesko. It does not happen. And not to mention in the entire Premier League, the top front three. I mean, granted, they are good. I think Cunha and Mbeumo's obviously. I do think they're amazing. I don't think Sesko matches them. I just don't think he does. Like, there's a reason why he's not scored and stuff like that. Listen, you cannot be pulling that face at me. Go on, tell me.
What are you talking about?
He went off, innit? He went off.
Explain to me what Sesko has been doing in the front three. If it's the best front three in the league, they will be scoring all the time, getting goals in. Flipping Victor Gyökeres has got more goals than Buddy Sesko. That says
okay, you know what? No, here's the thing. I don't know. Okay, so me and Ash had it out in the group chat once, and he's saying he's got no Sesko agenda. He's got no Sesko agenda, apparently so. But every time he comes up, he's just there watching him, pocket watching, flipping on his ass all the time. And I'm saying it's like, okay, cool.
But you can't say the best front three if that was the case.
Sesko has actually been transformative for attack. He's been winning headers from the long balls that we're starting to do now. And he's getting flick-ons, he's bringing the ball down. His close control and his first touch is so superior from what we've had in Rasmus Højlund last season. He can actually bring players into play. He's assisted Bryan Mbeumo already. Guess what? Bryan Mbeumo has assisted Benjamin Sesko already.
Yeah, but what are you talking about? We've just done 9 games and you're on about one assist.
Right listen,
wait,
bro. Okay,
who's left wing for United though?
We play.
That's a very good question.
Cunha's been going down there, or Mason Mount has been kind of playing that.
Or
if it's Cunha and Mbeumo, there's a shout because them three.
But them three are the best in the league.
Dorgu qualify as from left wing back.
No. We're talking about this. The
the reason why I'm saying it's a shout, is because sometimes you got to watch strikers do what isn't about goals, like bringing people into the play, keeping the ball at the top of the pitch so players can advance to get on top of the ball. I think Sesko's doing that pretty well. It's why I'm not cussing Gyökeres too much right now, because even though he's not scored, there's something about the fact that he's occupying defenders that is giving people time to do damage up top. This is old school. Sometimes you might not score, but that's just the way it goes. So
but the thing is, what you're saying is, if that was the case, right? It's up to your front line to be scoring goals. I mean, it's obviously it's not their only thing. But we're in game week 9. Like, I'm sorry, but we're not going to do this, right? Let's talk about Liverpool. No, because I want to actually break this down. So Liverpool, right? So if you go for the front three that you typically have at the moment, they've been having Gakpo on the left, they're having Isak or Ekitike in the middle, and then Salah on the right. You cannot say even just those. That's the reason why the people are saying, like, even I said that. If they don't win like the treble this season, that's going to be a bad season for them because that is
they're going to win nothing. That's the funniest part.
Yeah. but Ash, you mentioned goal scoring and you mentioned Vic Gyökeres and I know you're going to mention Voltemada. Benjamin Sesko's on 2 Premier League goals in 9 games. Gyökeres is on 3 and Voltemada's on 4. So it's not like everyone's just out scoring, like everyone's out there scoring loads of goals and Sesko's there with his hands in his pockets, don't know what to do. He's scoring at a rate which is pretty normal for everyone else in the league. Obviously, you got Haaland, who's an absolute freak on 11. But if you look at like the top scorers, below that is 6.
Madness.
And then 6, 5, 4, 4, 4, the 3. So This is why I'm confused.
Is
Kinda like,
Semenyo's
you
second?
talk-
Yeah, Semenyo's the one with 6.
Yeah, Semenyo's joint
Yeah.
second with Igor Thiago.
Igor,
And again,
yeah.
Igor Thiago is also
Am I
Yeah, no, but-
KJ,
No,
am
but,
I-
but this is
am I
this is
doing
what
mad?
I'm sorry, but this is what I'm thinking is absolutely crazy. The fact that you cannot physically say that they have the best front three when Am has only just got his second back-to-back win since he's become a manager.
Listen,
Yeah, but-
I don't think anyone's agreeing with those fans saying they got the best front three.
Mm.
But
Yeah, but
when
I'm
you
saying is
break-
that like how can that even be? How can that even be like? It seems like mad that this is even like a like people are even trying to push back here. The front three are just not the best in the league, and
They're up there though. They definitely are up there. I'm not gonna deny that.
Conley's been trying to say something. What are you trying to say, Conley?
I was just wondering, like, the way you're fighting this kid is like you think there's a chance that that statement could be right at any point this season.
No,
There's zero
so I'm not saying we will have at any
Zero
point in
chance.
the season like the best front three in the league. I think we could maybe have top 5. You know what I mean? Like we could have a good because
okay, that yeah,
we
I can agree with
top
that.
6. Cool, but what I'm fighting back is Ash's notion, especially around Sesko, that he's basically not doing anything in this front three.
No. So I
Well,
think if
Ash is
Sesko,
confusing me, KJ. I won't lie, because he called Mbeumo and Cunha exceptional or something, and then shat on Sesko. The whole thing didn't make sense to me.
no, so I don't think
Neither of them are
complement each
exceptional.
other.
And B,
What?
Sesko.
Cunha and Mbeumo are not exceptional.
Mbeumo,
Just tell me
it
you
goes
watch
like
football with
this.
the blindfold on, man.
Come on,
It goes like
Ash.
this.
Come on,
Cunha
Ash.
looks like another Jesus, but that doesn't
Mbeumo,
state that.
Cunha, Sesko.
That's what it
That's
is,
the
yeah.
order of how they are in Man United right now. Mbeumo, Cunha, Sesko. That's the order of how they are.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm saying about Sesko is I don't think in the team that he's in right now, he's getting the best for him. I think he is a very good player. I would have loved to have had him in
There it
Newcastle.
is. And there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
We finally got there. This is therapy. This is therapy for Ash.
You are still upset that Sesko went to Man United.
Is this what you've been waiting for? Me
not
saying
at
that?
Newcastle.
No, but
There
he's
it
not.
is. There is the truth. Because it's got nothing to do with Sesko.
He's
It's
the
the fact
saltiest
he's at
fan
Man
in the
United.
Terrace. He is. I've seen it. Saltiest fan.
Nah, Mash. That's crazy, bro.
Listen,
that's
what
crazy.
it is.
No,
what
but
it is.
what do you mean? Well, it's because of the way that you guys are playing for him that he's not that you guys don't have the top 3 up front.
No,
Like
we
it's the
we
way it
don't have
is.
the best front three in the league, but I do think they're evolving together. Already 9 games in, you started to see the improvements. The way that Sesko and Cunha were playing against Liverpool when they had a little 20-minute cameo, they played well together. Sesko and Mbeumo, they're getting their connection, especially with the flick-ons and the player running in behind, big man, little man kind of connection there. And then we haven't seen of it much, but I want to see more of it. Is sometimes Cunha will cross over with Mbeumo, go over to the same side and connect together. So I'm sitting here saying we've got the best front three in the league yet, but there might be a day where they are. But for this season, I'm happy with their progress. I think any Man United fan saying these guys are it's not working, I think they're just too angry. We've got potential.
Yeah.
We've got potential here for very, very, very good Premier League front three. Now, whether they get there or not, that's down to Amorim, that's down to the players, that's down to time. We need time to see that. But I'm not going to sit here and listen to people say, one player out of 3 is not doing this. Aren't you worried about this, that, and the third? When really, what's happened is normal. You know, what's happening in this front three is normal. I'm not going to be worried about them just yet. Especially when I had Højlund, Anthony, and Garnacho last season. You know what I mean? Especially since then. So
Quest has got to deal with men like Garnacho now. You know.
Bro, I get it, bro.
KJ, do you think Amorim's getting the best out of Sesko?
Yes,
it's so early to talk about.
That's the thing. Yeah. I can see him getting the best out of him because
no, it isn't.
He got the best out of Gyökeres. He took my striker, took it from the championship.
How is it too early? How is it too early?
Turned into one of the best strikers in Europe. What are we saying here?
Are you about to say Eddie Howe's not getting the best of Altamada?
Yeah, but I think
that's
what
we're talking about
anyway. I think that's
this
just
is a different conversation. Why are we saying that Amorim is doing a good job with Sesko? That that it has anything to do with Newcastle whatsoever.
Amorim being able to get the best out of a certain player and being able to
Yeah.
make people
Look,
play a certain way
why,
around him.
why are we pretending, Anton, that Sesko is not a project striker? Why are we pretending?
Of course I know that. Of course I know that. But I was saying if there was a manager that would be good for Sesko, it would be Amorim. Amorim made Gyökeres, basically.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not. So
took Gyökeres and brought him to the next level. Like, the reason why he was a player that was ready enough to come to us was because Ruben Amorim developed him. So he's the perfect place to have to be managed by a strong guy.
here's to my answer to your question, Ash. I'm not going to go along the same lines as Anton saying, well, he helped make Gyökeres, so why can't he do it with Sesko? Because we thought about Rasmus Højlund and that didn't work either. But when I watch Sesko play, he's in the right positions. And now all it's coming down to now is his teammates getting, like you said, getting the ball to him more. Because there was a moment in the Brighton game where Cunha did a nice little nutmeg around the player, and he went through and he took the shot. The shot was fine. He was on target, forced a save, cool. But if you look at the run of Sesko, he also could have slipped in Sesko, and that would have been a shot for him. So we're getting Sesko in positions where I'm like, okay, cool. We can see what he can do. The way he's playing well with what is getting around him. So it's not really. I don't think it's about Amorim getting the best out of Sesko. More, it's about, can his teammates find the connection with him? Can Amorim cultivate that front three together so that we see the best out of all of them? Because I feel like you're seeing little bits here and there. It's going to take some time. So I think there's a chance, yes, that Amorim can get the best out of Sesko. But
when you make a comparison to Voltemada, is Newcastle are putting him in the position and getting him chances that Isaac was getting last year. So that's why I think he's finishing a lot more chances. United are not used to playing with a big physical striker up front. There's adaptation time, especially because the whole front three is new. Shesko has been good. His hold at play has been really good. He's been good at bringing in other players. Hence why Mbeumo gets so many shots, is because he's bringing him into play. It is interesting that United's best performance was probably in the Liverpool game and Shesko weren't playing. But I think Shesko's young. He's raw. We all knew he was going to be like that. So I think it is going to take some time. But I think the Voltemada Newcastle case is just a little bit different, just because he's getting the chances that you were creating for Isaac, and you saw how many goals Isaac got. So I just don't think you're in a better position to have a striker go straight in than what United were going.
Do you know what? Seb, do you know what? I completely wholeheartedly disagree to what you just said. Then,
shock.
Like,
I thought he thought he backed your point.
Because this is not just me saying that. Like, why do you think I'm saying that? Voltemada is a completely different player to Isak. He does so much hold up play and does all these. He does these back heels and all the stuff that we weren't seeing Isak do. Like, Isak and Voltemada are two completely different players. No. When you say like, oh, he's getting the service and stuff that what Isak was getting, he isn't. We're getting the likes of Jacob Murphy doing more crossing.
No, but
not in the same service.
Earlier you said that's because of Eddie Howe, and I said that's not Eddie Howe. That's Voltemada.
No.
Yeah,
because Ash, hold on. You're not going to tell me that Eddie Howe is pulling Voltemada out after everyone's gone in the session and he's making him do backflicks. He's not.
No, not that. I'm saying he's like,
what's his name? Sorry again. Sorry.
Ash.
What's your name?
Ash. Yes, man.
Ash. Have you read The Art of War?
I have not read the.
What Shang-Chi?
Because that was sensational. What you did. You brought everyone to your battlefield just then and made it about. What's it called? Voltemada versus Sesko. That's sick what you did. Obviously, I was just observing it.
Well, yeah, this is what we go through every day in our group chat with us.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. All I'm gonna say is that to vindicate, I can kind of sense what Ash is wanting. I'm gonna give it to him. if Sesko was at Newcastle, he probably would be scoring more goals. I think that's what he wants to
Yeah.
hear.
That's
and
the
that
no,
is-
bro.
that-
I think that's
want-
true. I think that's
I-
true. Actually,
I want Sesko to succeed. Like I don't have any ill will.
You see how quiet he is. He's whispering.
Listen,
Sounds
KJ, listen to me. I will tell you the one of the front three that I'm annoyed that you guys got over us was Mbeumo. And I will say that all the time, and I will never not say that because I wanted Mbeumo. And I'm annoyed that he's gone to Man United and he's absolutely amazing.
Fair enough.
I love that you guys are arguing over the scraps we let you guys have. You know,
Yeah. All right. Listen. Look at this.
we threw Sesko to the side and was like, you guys can go fight over him, and then you guys still fighting over
where
him.
that your fan base is moving, they be wishing they're at Sesko.
Yeah, listen, listen, you guys
Hey,
got
hey. That's because some of those guys have agendas, and it was like Sesko versus Gyökeres, and then so all of a sudden, because people aren't letting Gyökeres land, it's like, oh well, you know, it looks like we could have gotten Sesko. I'm like, what has Sesko done in the Premier League so far? Like, but
you lot spent 100 mil on 2 attackers this season. They only got 3 goals between them. So,
bruv, don't chat to me. We're top of the league. But I want to get into.
Listen. I've got some comments here. I've got some comments here, bruv. So let me.
Yeah, bro.
After the comments, can I go in on the take on the the Man United front three thing, because I've got some stuff to say.
Okay, be quick with it because I want to move on.
All right, no, I was just gonna say I've got, as always, I've got lists. Top 5 best attacks in the Premier League. At number 5, Newcastle United. At number 4, Man United. Number 3, Man City. Number 2, Arsenal. Number 1, Liverpool. So they're there or thereabouts.
Is this
an overreaction?
Ashley not by. I've got some comments. Twisted Baba says it's fiction. It's lemons or lemons, as
that's a really good shout. That was a really good shout.
I think that Lemans needs a bit more testing before we can say
he's changed his season. He's had a better impact.
He has had a big impact. But when you're replacing Onana and Bryan Mbeumo, I think I could have a bigger impact than those two. That's how bad they've been. And Mbeumo is the best transfer in the league by far from Old Trafford TV. MNG Blue is back again saying, I am not a Chelsea fan because I'm not deluded. I think he's trying to say.
Bro's got fucking diluted.
Diluted water, apparently, Chris. We've also got a super chat from AMT says Gyökeres is a better version. Is Gyökeres a better version of Havertz's type?
They're nothing like each other.
Clearly not.
Evolved Pokemon version of Liam Delap. That's what he is.
We also
Liam
got
Delap is on the pitch, bro.
All right, Kenny, a man like Kenny, big up for 3 members, 3 months as a member. He says, who's the best front 3 in the league? I think
Man City, man.
People are saying.
Look, I've been giving Liverpool slack. They are the best on paper. They're the best front 3 in the league.
And then Man City from
Man
Quest.
City,
Ash, who do you think the best?
I mean, when you put Salah in any front 3, I'd say he's a ceiling raiser.
Yeah, Haaland gets into any attack in the universe.
Oh yes, I agree, but I don't love the wingers nowadays on their team. They're not in good form either. Like Haaland carries their attack. It's a front 1. It's not a front 3. Like Liverpool got Salah, Isak. If he ever decides to show up into the Premier League, he's there. Cody Gakpo. Like I'd say they have the best.
Ash, whose team's front 3 are you saying for the best one?
It's very close between Liverpool and Man City, but I think Liverpool just edge it.
First, Seb.
Liverpool. It's not. They have been scoring goals. It's not like they've barely scored any, but I think overall they still have the best. They just need to start clicking.
Yeah, and then Kunle, who you saying for the best front 3?
Yeah, definitely Liverpool, man. Liverpool for sure.
Yeah, I agree. On paper, Liverpool do have the best front 3 in the league, but teams are coming after them. Terry's Tibbs says, "Know your enemy like you know yourself." Wait, I need to read that book, man, because you know when you go to like these when you go to them like business networking events or them self-help, self remodeling of yourself, self-promotion kind of events. Art of War is always a book they like to quote because I don't know why. Man, them love it. Breaking. Chelsea are planning to replace Enzo Maresca with Bournemouth boss Iraola, if that's come from Indicator and caught
Yeah.
offside, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah, I
That's
was
what
about
I'm
to
saying.
say.
Yeah, that's
And we go. Sam says, "I'm sorry if you watch Sesko and Gyökeres and think Gyökeres is better. Then I don't think football is for you."
Hey,
Sam, with
Bro.
the big super
that Sam, you paid £5 to say that as well. Big up you, Sam.
man like
Stand on
Sam.
business.
And then we go, and then we got man like Terry. He's in the comments saying, "I am in bits. Thank you, KJ, for stepping in. No problem, boss. I am doing what is required of me. Just let the people know it's on record that you were not man enough to come on stream. That's all they need to know." And then we got Spill the League. Hey, yes, Lou, The Art of War is an excellent book. He is an excellent book. I bet it's like one of the top 10 most sold books of all time, guaranteed. But yes, guys, make sure you're smashing that like button. You know what it is. Scan that QR code right there. It will take you to the Hot Takes podcast with Mark Goldbridge and Terry Flewers. When you got the two biggest, some of the two biggest podcasters in the football game on a podcast, you definitely want to go listen to that. So make sure you guys check that out. We've got a next question here for you guys as well. So I'm just gonna get into it right now. Where is it? Here we go. Which one will we do? I know which one we'll do. I don't know why my WhatsApp has done this. Here we go. Arne Slot is downing tools at Liverpool. If he doesn't beat Aston Villa this weekend, he will be sacked. Fiction or football, Kunle? Tell me.
Fiction, definitely fiction, man. Look, this guy has credit in the bank, man. He came in last season, won the league, Premier League. They say it's the hardest league in the world. He won the league. So yeah, he's making some errors for sure. He's making some errors, but I do believe he's earned the great to try and fix it and turn things around, because a lot of people, not me, but a lot of people were saying Liverpool had the best squad coming into this season. So that means a lot of people believe there's a lot of tools in there that could be used to fix the current situations that they're in. It's really down to him to go back to basics and figure out a way. He can't keep making the same mistakes he's been making over the last few weeks, but he's got enough talent in that squad to turn it around. So even if they lose to Villa, I don't see FSG getting rid of him, and I don't believe he deserves to be get rid of, because at the end of the day, you go from winning the league to technically, I mean, I'm not saying after 9 games Liverpool are out of the title race, because we've seen it. We've seen Newcastle lose a 19-point lead
before,
right, Ash? I know maybe you're not old enough for that, to be fair. But so anything can happen. I think that people are just way too reactionary in this modern day of football. He deserves some grace, man. Come on, man, behave yourselves.
I was born in '96, so that can answer your question.
Oh, we are age mates.
Same age as my brother.
Yeah, so everyone thinks I'm 24 for some reason.
Yeah. Maybe it's the young face. Maybe it's the leading Newcastle takes. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Could be a little. No, joking. But Ash, yeah, Arne Slot, my friend. Do you think if he fails to win against Aston Villa, he should be sacked?
I honestly think he might be. Like, there's a whole reason why. Like, I'm not even trying to be like hot take here. Like, even you got the likes of Liverpool fans like Hassam and everything saying that he's already thinking about Slot out. Like, I think you've got to think about how horrific their record's been. The stats that have come out that they've never lost this many games and stuff in like 100 years and stuff like that. Like, there's a point where obviously last season you inherited Klopp's squad that he did wonders with, like absolute wonders with, that is pushing City all the way, and he didn't need to do a massive amount last season. This transfer window and everything was Arne Slot's take on how to go, and he got in good players. I can't deny that. However, has he tried to stir too many ingredients in his little pot? I think he has done. I think the food's gone a bit bad. I think he's tried to do too much and it's not worked out too well. So I think, is the right idea to sack him? I don't know. I don't think there's anyone better out there, but I'm going to struggle to think how he's going to recover from this. I mean, he's got to, because with the squad, it's up to them to do better. Salah needs to start scoring. That's not on Slot. Like, Salah's just been underperforming this season. So I personally, I don't think he should be sacked, but I think he could be.
So wait, do you guys think if he finishes top 4, he should be sacked?
No.
I said from the transfer window, he should be. If he doesn't get the treble, it's a bad season.
The treble.
I'm here for it.
He won the Premier League and then spent 450 million.
Come on.
No,
guys.
No,
he didn't log into his Barclays and click confirm transaction, bro. Come on, bro.
I don't know.
The treble. How many
teams
teams in your lifetime have you seen win a treble?
How many teams have
This
I
is
seen?
why I've been after them all summer, because that's so hyperbolic. All this Liverpool should win the treble, should win the
treble
quadruple.
is insane.
The thing is,
I'm
I'm
getting used to getting a trophy. He doesn't know how it works over there.
Listen.
It doesn't work like that. You just win a Prem.
Liverpool should win 3. Like, come on.
You're going to the alarm off in Chris's brain about what we think.
Right. So let me explain it. Let me explain it. Right. So they won the Premier League. They won the Premier League so convincing last season. So going on to this season, they were favourites to win this season, right? Correct. They then spent £450 million. They didn't get no McDonald's meal deal. They spent 450 million. So I would expect them to be winning 1 or 2 more trophies with that squad and retaining the Premier League title.
Retaining the title, I hear you, but winning the treble is insane, bro.
So
We've
did
seen
you think
2 teams do that in my lifetime?
Yes. So if I said this to you,
with 2 of the best managers of all time,
did you? Okay, so listen. Last season,
quickly. The reality is, there's no transfer window where any team is saying they're winning the treble. Really,
right?
It's so rare. I think there's a transfer window that you can say we're gonna compete for everything. When you later on in the year, you might see you're involved in all the competition, so you might be looking at the treble. But I don't think anyone after a transfer window ever thinks, actually, Liverpool fans actually did think they'd win the treble.
No, they did. Bro, they were saying Jurgen Klopp. They were saying this before this window. They're saying
So did you like, honestly, right? I mean serious. Did you think if I said to you the Premier League, the FA Cup, EFL, and the Champions League, do you think potentially winning 3 of them was not possible?
I never thought. I don't think it was possible.
I think if you put the odds of them winning, I would have said there's more chance of them winning most of them than not at the start of this season.
Nope.
So here's the thing. So that
the treble, it's a failure. That's wild.
Listen, after spending all that much money. After spending, but I'm saying is after spending all that money and winning the Premier League last season, I would be thinking that they should be pushing on for more.
Wait. So the one time they spend money, all of a sudden we're going to put expectations on them. Like, many of us have been out here spending money, and none of us are talking about trebles.
No one
Chelsea
around
should be
here
talking about trebles every season.
No one around here has spent as much as what Liverpool has done in that season, and was the Premier League.
We got to think about it. We got to think about it. We got to think about it relatively as well. Sorry, guys. You need to think of relatively as well. So yes, no one in the Premier League has ever spent as much as Liverpool has, but at some point, our clubs has spent more than other clubs before. You know what I mean? So at some point, Man United had spent the most money that we've ever seen in Premier League until that got dwarfed by another thing and another thing and another club. And that's a problem when we just analyze it as they've spent the most that we've ever seen, so they got to do X, Y, and Z. Well, like the way that football's gone, the way that football's inflated, yes, of course, someone is going to spend more than we've ever seen. Like
you're forgetting as well. The reason they spent so much money as well is because they lost quite a few players that they needed to replace. They lost Trent. Obviously, Jota was gone. Obviously, Diaz, Darwin. They lost a lot of players, so they did need to spend a decent amount. And let's be honest, everyone was expecting them to be more in a transition last year with a new manager. I think it's just that transition is coming a little bit later. Yes, they should be challenging better than what they were, but a lot of people, a lot of football analysts that I personally listen to, we're talking about a Liverpool transition anyway. They've lost big players in that team. A lot of people can see the holes that there were even before the season started. People are forgetting how good Trent was, how important Diaz's runs were. So that you're betting in so many players at the same time, I don't think it necessarily matters how much money you spent. I think spending all of that money and buying so many players in positions where they already had players already and neglecting certain areas and buying the wrong profiles, I think the money has been a problem rather than a blessing. Like, they bought Kirkes, who was an overlapping fullback last year, and they're trying to make him be defensive invert. They basically bought a winger to play at right back. He should be more of an understudy to Salah rather than a right back. Conor Bradley hasn't been as good. They should have got Gahey over the line. I think if they got Gahey over the line, it's a different question. He should have been more important. They bought in 2 strikers. If they bought Ekitike in, there's no way they should be buying Isaac. There was no need for that whatsoever. So I think, if anything, the money they spent is a hindrance rather than, for me, that's a reason for why I don't think they're going to retain the league rather than they should be winning.
You see this YouTube thing, yeah? This YouTube thing has taught me. You must believe what the fans are saying about their club. Believe them. They said treble. They said we don't need to worry about Trent. We got Conor Bradley. Oh,
like
your
Frimpong.
is going to change. They said don't worry about that. We got the best midfield in European football coming. Florian Wirtz. They told us these things. So, as in, I've learned, don't challenge them. Believe them. And then just let the things play out.
Nah, you got to say how you feel. You got to say how you feel.
If YouTube was around,
in your voice, I heard stuff like Liverpool in a transition. My brother, not everyone. I thought they were going to challenge last season. No, I guarantee. I didn't say they were going to win, but I saw them challenging last season because everyone was acting like Klopp didn't change the whole midfield for Slot the year before, and they still had title winners in Van Dijk, Salah, and all these other guys in there. So I didn't think Liverpool were going to fall away. So all this delayed transition, they had their transition the year where I think they finished 5th or whatever. That was transition year. That's why they came back to win the league last year, and they're supposed to push on. But what happened is greed. Greed entered everybody in Anfield. Liverpool fans just got too greedy. Instead of them saying, we shouldn't buy 2 top strikers, they're like, hashtag both of them. We're going to get both of them. You lot can't handle this budget. So
yeah, but you can't foresee.
Let it be known that they told us what was.
No, but you're still not going to spend £68 million on Ekitike plus 10 add-ons, and then say, "Oh, you can't tell me that Ekitike isn't a top striker. Or you couldn't have seen this." Like the money that they spent on that say you would see this.
Yeah, but he's a prospect. But
you're spending £78 million on a prospect.
All right, but listen, I hear you, yeah, and I know what the narrative will be. That's what we've just done. But I'm going to say this anyway. Hold on, let me just say this, right? Money is money. You're always going to spend big on players that have potential and are prospects. That's always going to happen. But if you always look at money being a barometer for how players should play, you're always going to be disappointed. Some people you're going to spend 20 mil on, they're going to give you more than 20 mil. Some players you're going to spend 5 mil, they're going to act like a 100 mil player. Some players you're going to spend 120 mil and they'll be 120 mil. Some players won't. So the thing is, you can't. I get why people are saying, "Oh, they spent 400 million," but like Seb said, they're replacing players in the squad, so there's no set guarantee. My thing is that I probably last season, looked at Slot and thought, actually, wow, he's managing to do a really good job with his team. I just didn't think he'd win the league. I think he's overachieved very early. So now it looks way worse what he's doing. But I don't think it's that crazy. Like, yeah, I know they're 9th, but realistically, you can see where the issues are. And it probably takes Liverpool sticking with him for him to fix these issues for things to come. That's what I would say personally. Because if you're going to sack him after Villa, you should have sacked him 2 weeks ago. Doesn't make sense. They're going to go into one of their hardest run of fixtures. You got Madrid, you got City, then you've got Forest, then you got PSV. Like, what's the point sacking him? There's no point sacking him now. It'd be ridiculous. Now you sack him, you're gonna have to bring another manager, teach him a new way. For me, it's ridiculous. Do I think he's drowning though? I think he's drowning over there. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's feeling the media pressure. He's feeling the pressure of not winning games.
Hey, some of the comments he's coming out with.
Prime. I call that manager head loss. And when that happens,
he's losing it. He's losing it.
When that
he called us a small club.
You are a small club, but he was
Look,
right.
I've seen people recover
He
from
called it
that.
out.
Like
He
I've
called it out.
seen I got coaches in other sports recover from manager head loss. Like I had in my football team had a manager talking about, or a head coach talking about, oh, we're building plants and growing trees when like his team lost 6 in a row. And everyone's like, man, are you mad? Like, what are you talking about? Dude went on to win a Super Bowl 1 year later. So like I've seen this type of stuff. But on the slot, this is my thing. And obviously I got into it yesterday on the post-match and the comments all came after me. And just to point out, Seb literally said the same stuff that I said. And everyone was ready to have me out to slaughter yesterday. But it is fiction, because I'll start off by saying this. If you say that this is Judgment Day and that Villa, if they lose to Villa or draw against Villa, that the manager should be out, I got some bad news for you, because Aston Villa is getting something from Liverpool. So you've already set yourself up for disaster there. And what Kunle said is 1000% correct. The man has got already credit in the bank. He's won you a title. Winning you a title should allow you patience. And this is kind of what I've been screaming from the rooftops since the start of the season. And it's so funny. I've been looking back on some old videos and the way people were talking and the shows that we were on, when things that people were saying about Liverpool at the start of the season. And if you look at it now, you watch yourself back and you're like, man, this is mad. I can't believe I was saying all that stuff. And Kunle is also right in that respect. You got to listen to what the fans were saying, the levels in which people were talking about, and even what Ash is saying. Ash is saying, oh, look, you should have won a treble. And this is the problem. This is what I was trying to tell you. I know I wanted to make it about Arsenal, and I thought that Arsenal was the best squad in the league. But really, I was trying to protect you guys from yourself, because I saw it. I knew that sometimes you spend a lot of money. It's not always spending money in the right areas or on the right players. And sometimes you look at certain players on paper like, wow, that Isak, that would make them unstoppable. Or Verts, that would make them look really good. And it's not necessarily always the player. It's how does the player fit us? And I always kind of felt that in that whole summer that they never won the transfer window because the players that they bought didn't fit what the manager was trying to do, which is why I point the blame not at Slot, but at Edwards and Hughes, because you're talking about a manager who just won you a title, playing in a certain way, playing with a certain formula. And now we're going to try to upset the apple cart by going way too far with it. Like, add a player here and there, polish the team here and there, but you want to keep the cohesiveness, the system that generally won you success. It's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they just literally had something that was successful, and they just tried to like fix it. And when you do that, you're overanalyzing and you're overthinking. But I can't put that on the manager. I think that the board was very excited, or the directors of football were very excited with all the fancy new toys that we're putting in there, and without thinking like, how does this work? And we've seen examples of this across many different leagues, especially in the Premier League. But like Manchester United, you brought up Manchester United. They brought Pogba and Ibrahimovic. I remember that year, I was like, wow, Man United are running away with the league. Like, they didn't win the league, if I remember that year. Like PSG, you put Neymar and Mbappe together. Who was the other one? Messi, right? And you're like, oh, wow, that team's going to storm Europe. They're going to destroy the Champions League. Didn't win one UCL together. So, like, it doesn't always kind of work that way. I just feel like if a manager has provided you success, you have to give him time to turn it around. I don't think that there is anybody out there that's going to come in and replace Slot and make them better, and especially not in mid-season. And I just think it's just crazy. It's hyperbolic. It's hyperbolic. What at the start of the season, the expectations that you're creating, because that's what I was saying. I was sitting on my debut here on this very, very show on Six-Sided. I said the biggest disappointments this season will be Liverpool. And again, everyone in the panel is sitting around kiki-keying and laughing at me. I'm like, what's like, your expectation is so freaking high.
All right, Nigel.
Like Man said treble. Man said treble. So when you set the bar that high, anything below that is below expectation. It's a disappointment. So
You
like
said that you have the best squad in Europe and you're winning the Premier League and the Champions League.
yeah, but did I say the treble? Did I say the treble?
It's harder to win the Premier
And by
League
the way,
and
that's
the
as the
Champions
season's
League.
progressing. That's as I'm seeing how everything is playing out, and I'm seeing the competition
You
not
said that
really
after
being
like
that
you said
fierce.
that after like 4 games.
You about
What
to
are we
say
on
it's harder
about?
to win the Champions League and the Premier League than the treble. I hope you weren't about to say that.
Well,
No, I
I'm
didn't
saying
say.
is-
I'm not
no,
saying.
no,
I never
what
said
was-
treble.
you-
Treble
wait,
is
wait, wait, wait,
treble
wait,
is something that is
wait.
happened only 2 times for a Premier League club in history. I'm never going to go there.
Ash, what was you going to say?
What I
Yeah,
was
what
about
were you
to
going to
say,
say?
if you,
He was
to
gonna
win
say
the
it. He
treble,
was gonna
what I
say
was
it.
about let me speak. What I was about to say, to win the treble, the hardest part of it is to win the Premier
Nah,
League and
that's
the
not.
Champions League.
Using
Yeah, you
different
wasn't gonna say all
language.
that, bro.
No,
You didn't have all that
language
lined
ready.
up.
Wait, man, the way
same
you was phrasing it.
Language you used first time. The same language.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to get to.
Should I help you out? You said winning the Premier League and the Champions League is harder.
Is the
and then
hardest
you stopped.
part? No. Is the hardest part of winning the treble.
Oh, you were going to
That's
say
what-
hard. You didn't say
Okay,
the.
no,
okay,
You said
okay.
harder.
I'm
You
not
didn't say
changing
the
what I was
harder.
gonna
You
say.
said harder. So,
It's going to be the hardest
Let it
part
go.
of winning a treble. So
but you
that
didn't say
means
the
so-
first time
no, no,
round. You just added the
yeah,
this
because I
time
wasn't
round.
finished with what I was saying, and I was going to say, does that
But
mean
even if you
that
were finishing,
Arsenal
you
should
wouldn't
be
have
winning
said
the treble?
See,
Look,
this is
no,
what
no,
you're
no.
doing. This
Bro,
is
hey,
the type of stuff
Randy,
I'm trying to avoid.
It's a fair
Now you're
question.
setting my team up for failure. Now all of a sudden, we're going to lose a few in a row.
No,
Hopefully
but this
not.
is off what
Yes.
you said.
And it's like Arteta out, and I don't want to hear that.
No, but
I don't.
you just
It's
said-
so hyperbolic.
No, but
Don't do
Anton,
this.
what
Don't
you
let
have
them
just
take you
said-
here.
It's so
What
hyperbolic.
you've just said, though, you've said that we put too high expectations on Liverpool, and I've just said after like 4 or 5 games.
We didn't. They did.
No,
They set the bar.
no, but I'm saying
The
no, but that's what I'm
fans
saying is
set
so
the bar. None
we
of us
did.
said they were going to win the treble.
No, but that's what I'm saying is I
No.
completely agree. I said Liverpool. I put Liverpool on a pedestal that was too high because of how much they've spent. But I've said Anton's done the exact same with Arsenal after 4 or 5 games, saying that you guys are favourites to be winning.
But that's because I'm seeing evidence of what
No.
Arsenal's actually delivering on the football pitch, which Liverpool has
KJ,
yet
you know what to do.
on one occasion all season. Like I'm looking out here, and we're gonna get to Arsenal later, but I'm looking out here. I'm like, who's gonna
let's get
challenge
to
it? Is
Arsenal
it
later.
Bournemouth or
Later.
Sunderland?
Yeah.
Is it Bournemouth or Sunderland? Someone, please. I want to be challenged. Is someone gonna give me a challenge? At this point, I'm sorry. What I'm saying is not.
Oh, you know what?
What I'm saying is not hyperbolic. I'm saying is based off of the evidence.
Anton, I'm going to ask this
Wait,
question.
wait,
And I want a one-word answer. Is Arsenal going to win the double or treble this year?
Don't answer.
Double. And no,
Okay, we go. Okay,
I stick to my guns.
And with that,
This is
I'm going to go.
all these people who are
This is
saying
getting
like,
way too far away. And this,
Literally.
this is why I never bring Anton on stream all the times, especially with three Arsenal fans on, because he'll find a way to bring it back to the thing, innit? All right, here we go. Let me go to this, and then we'll come back to Arsenal. Here we go. It says, this is the Arsenal one super chat. That's the Arsenal super chat. We got here in history of football, 9 European teams have won the treble. To expect them to win the treble this year is mad. King David says, it's a title-winning squad, though. That add 500 million on top of it. Basically saying you should add expectations on to Liverpool. Now, before we go on to the Arsenal question, I just want to say this quickly. Arne Slot needs to find solutions, but also, can we talk about the Liverpool players? Is that something that we'll have to bring up at some point?
thank you, KJ. Finally, somebody has the balls to say.
We're talking about Slot and what he's doing wrong, and listen, it's all fair to say that, but Mo Salah is having a stinker of a season. Virgil van Dijk is twerking up everywhere on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Konate look like you don't know how to play football anymore. You know what I'm saying? Poor Kirkes being told to do things he ain't made to do. He ain't made to do none of that.
Keep going, KJ. You're on.
Alexander Isak. My lord, nice brother. You're making Ash happy right now. You know what I'm saying? He's happy all over his body, if you catch my drift, because he's gone there and he is stunk out the gaff. He thinks he's made it. He thought going to Liverpool would be a breeze. He can't handle it.
It was
He doesn't know how
daylight
to handle the
robbery what
pressure.
Newcastle did. They ran away with
And-
130 mil.
The
Woo!
creme de la creme, Mr. Ben 10 himself, man like Florian Wirtz, has come into the league. And listen, I'm all for giving players time, giving players a bit of adjustment, but he looks lightweight. He looks unsure of himself. It is looking peak for him. So the question is, as much as the Liverpool manager is moving wild, blaming teenagers that he put on the bench, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was nuts.
Crazy. What are these Liverpool players doing? What's happening here? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know.
Oh, perfect. This is the
Salah's
thing.
just struggling. It's the problem is this is the whole thing is right. Salah's what the numbers that he's been putting out over the past years has been disgusting. The last season was the best one he did, and you would think he would kick on, and he's had an absolute stinker. The likes of, I mean, obviously you can tell they're missing Alisson. You know, having what a good keeper does to your back line, it makes the defense play better, as Man United will start doing now. It's what Newcastle does. It's what Liverpool did before. It's what Arsenal does. Every single team, when you have a good keeper that you know will likely win a one-on-one, it makes everyone play better. Missing Alisson is a very big problem. You've got to look at Salah. That's not a Slot fault, I wouldn't say, because he's not been on it this season. I don't know why. But yeah, of course you've got to look in at the players. The Isak problem, yeah, I'm going to be happy that he's flopping because of what he did to us, going on strike for 39 days before going away. But the problem is that the way it all went down, no one would have expected Wirtz to be coming in and having a shocker than what he is. So he just needs time to settle in. Do I think Wirtz is going to become good? Yes. Ekitike is going to carry on being good. Also, yes. Isak will become good again. There's a reason why they spent so much money on him, because they're paying for a striker that gets 20 plus goals in a Premier League per season. So
who do you guys think leaves in the summer? Isak or Ekitike?
Neither. Mo Salah.
Neither. I think they both. Yeah.
Hey, anyone? I'm ready to take a bet from anyone. One of them two.
That's true. I actually think you hit the nail on the head. I think it's got to be Salah, because what the people aren't seeing here is that, like, one of the reasons why Wirtz. No, because KJ stepped in and said Salah, and I did say Salah. No, because one of the reasons why I think Wirtz and Isak haven't necessarily hit the ground running is because they're not the man. But it's Mo Salah's team, and I think there's a little bit of there's something there where I feel like they're not going to feel as natural or as comfortable in their roles until Salah goes. If Salah has like a combination, he's the best goal scorer at Liverpool. He's the best creator at Liverpool, and Wirtz wants to be the best creator. Isak wants to be the best goal scorer, and at the moment, like, Salah's taking up those areas, and that's sort of like his main area. It's the ego in the locker room, not just on the pitch. And in order for them to kind of feel settled, they need to feel a little bit more sense of like the responsibility. Feel like, oh, I'm the man now. And I think it might just take a year for that thing to gel. I don't think that thing's going to totally flop on its face, but I think that Liverpool do need to move on to the next phase beyond Salah and Van Dijk. I think that was a bit of a mistake to bring them both back. I think it was very reactionary because now they got the bag, and since they got the bag, both of those players have dropped their levels completely.
No, that is a fair argument. That is probably a bigger conversation that we do not have time to have because we're going to move on. We got some comments here. First of all, Wild Thing says KJ giving it large. If you're feeling for Terry, you have to sit on the fence. Listen, I was just setting out the scene. I was just setting out the scene. I was doing
zero impartiality, you know.
I was just setting out the scene. Don't worry about that, man. Terry does it all the time. That's why it takes like 20 minutes to ask a question. Here we go. What else we got? And we also lost 6 players of that tie-winning team. That's ST boy talking about Liverpool's squad. KJ, I'm giving Slot until Saturday. If we lose to Villa, the fraud needs to go. That is.
And who's coming in? Who's coming in? Who's coming in for their next games afterwards? That's it.
I heard some of them say Gerrard, bro. I heard some of them.
Oh,
Please
listen,
give
don't
them
listen
the
to
rock.
Cal.
God,
Please,
please.
I would fly into Anfield for that announcement. That's how serious.
Yeah,
Please.
don't listen
I'll
to
pay
Cal.
for his plane ticket to go to Liverpool if they want to get Gerrard.
Yo,
Please
that
give
would
them
be
Gerrard.
crazy. That'd be crazy. If
Please,
it,
please do
it's,
it. FSG, please do it.
it's so funny that Liverpool fans are calling for Slot's head in his second season after winning the Prem, well as Mikel Arteta has been at Arsenal for 6 years, just an FA Cup. Fans are deluded. One thing I will say real quick is I love the meltdown that Liverpool fans are going through right now,
Oh yeah.
because they were the one fan base saying, "You see us, we're different. It means more at Liverpool. We're different. We would never turn on the manager. We will stick with them through and through, because you know why? Our theme song is 'You'll Never Walk Alone.'" And
Yeah,
we will
they can
always
walk
welcome
alone
our
for
manager.
sure,
Whereas
man.
Slot, Trent, like
Yeah.
literally Mo
we
Salah
saw
right
the
now,
crack
they
when
all
Trent
walking alone.
Trent
God.
went. That was the
Bro,
crack.
when-
Hey, that was the moment, you know. I think that was
Yeah.
the way they
Yeah.
treated Trent.
Yeah,
I don't care what
burning his shirts, man.
you don't do
Certain
that,
men
bro.
that have been on this panel said, "What's his name? What's that guy that's at West Ham now or Crystal Palace?
D.
Right
Munoz.
What's the
Munoz.
that used to play for Liverpool? The right back. He's in
Oh,
one of these.
Nathaniel Klein.
Klein. They said him over
Oh.
Trent. They actually said
Oh,
that
crazy.
on camera, bro. On
Crazy.
this very panel.
Oh
So much
Crazy.
disrespect. Disgusting.
Wow.
Are we blaming injuries now? I know Alisson has been our best keeper. Injuries can happen, and it's part of the game. But to be fair, I don't know.
Build
if
the squad depth, boys. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
their
Do you
backup
know?
keeper's not been bad.
Do you know how I can answer this? Like in one thing. What will happen to Man City if Haaland gets injured? Are we about to say are we about to say stop blaming injuries, because Man City just loses that
That's
one?
exactly what we're gonna say.
That's a fair point. Injuries do
Do
have an
make a
impact, they
difference
do.
though.
Immediately, you're being tagged a flop in England. You can never change that narrative. Even if you score a hat trick in 2 consecutive games, that won't change a thing. What is absolutely done? No, you can. You can turn it
like,
around. You can turn
For
it
instance, Enzo Fernandez was labeled a flop. He's totally turned it around.
around. Yeah.
He's only played 9 games in the Prem.
Yeah, I'll allow
Yeah,
that.
like
Also, Travivelli says, "I'll take Conley's bet about Isaac or
Ekitike.
leaving." Yeah.
Or Salah.
What
Them going on loan counts as well, by the way, just so you know.
Well, they're going on loan
Ooh.
counts too.
Oh no, I'm definitely not betting.
Oh,
Hey,
crazy.
because look, I
Yeah.
just want you not to tell me what lineup do they both start in?
4-4-2.
4-4-2, the one that they played the other day against
Yeah,
Frankfurt.
But they're not playing. They're not going to play it though.
Oh, Frank should.
Salah.
Should.
Yeah, he should. You know, he
No,
actually
Frank,
should.
sorry, Arne should.
Should,
Arne
but
should.
he's not gonna-
Frank.
We're gonna move on to Arsenal now. We've got two super chats.
We've been in Arsenal for an hour and 27, bro.
That
Yeah,
is actually very true.
I was actually curious to see what Quest would think about Liverpool, because I hasn't really said anything much. I actually wanted to see him cook them.
To be honest,
Well, I
I ain't
don't-
really got much smoke for them.
I'd say, I don't care if Kes got something to say. We gotta move
Damn,
on.
that's crazy, KJ. Love you too, bro.
I'm so sorry, bro. Time permits that. I
No
can't
side
allow
quests today.
that. I'm sorry. Maybe another time. But Arteta has a 1.2 billion spent, 0 trophies. Karma Arteta sexuals, and then also this one here says chill out about Gyökeres. Even Havertz started performing, change style after winter break. Let sort that thing out. Talking about Gyökeres and Havertz having different styles and better them in. I got a question for you guys. Fact or fiction? Fiction or football? Arsenal don't just have the strongest squad in the Premier League. They have the strongest squad in all of Europe. Now, I'm not gonna go to the Arsenal fans first, because I don't think we have to be quite shut them up. What I will do is go to Quest, because we was having a debate backstage about why Chelsea fans get onto Arsenal fans. What do you say to this question, my friend?
I think it's fiction. I don't think they got the best squad in the whole of Europe. I mean, if I even were to look at Madrid's squad, there's probably 8-9 players I'd take from Madrid and immediately port them into Arsenal. But that's not a disrespect to Arsenal. That's just those players are significantly Like they're significant quality. I mean, look, it's just what I just want to say. Yeah, just Arsenal. Just listen, your fans should be happy with what you got because you got it good right now, and you probably got the best squad depth in the league for sure. You've probably got overall the best squad in the league. Yeah, you can argue that. Europe, heck nah. But be happy with it because it is good right now. But what I will say is, listen, you're also probably 1 or 2 injuries away from it looking very, very, very crazy. So just wait, just relax. Because if you now start saying you're best in Europe, I'm gonna quote Ash and say, I want to see trebles. You get it? I want to see all of that car. If it's best in Europe, I've seen Madrid do it. So I'm gonna want to start seeing trebles. I've seen City do it. And that's when people were saying they had the best squads in Europe. So just calma, por favor, mi hermano, okay? Just take it easy. Fiction. They ain't got the best squad in Europe, but they do have a very good squad, yes.
Wait, has Madrid ever won the treble?
I'm sure they've won a treble. I'm sure they've won a treble.
Yeah.
Have they never won a treble ever? Hey, before they flog me, I take it back. My bad.
But Barca have.
You're lost in your Arsenal hates that you just started
think
making.
Nah, it's not about
Bayern
Arsenal.
got a
I don't even
treble,
hate
I
you lot because you're not on my level.
Up and down. That's what you do, man.
You're not victims,
You
Kunle.
do.
You lot are
No,
not
because-
victims. I'll be so
Chris,
real.
do you
You're
know
not
why?
victims.
Do you know why I'm gonna get at you for
You're
this
not going to tell
particular-
me I'm victim shaming. I'm not.
Because
You're not victims.
Maybe if we scroll back the tapes, KJ, maybe 30 minutes. He said to expect a team to win the treble, that's crazy. And now because someone made a statement, he's changed his mind.
Did you listen to what I
That's
said,
why.
Kunle, or did you listen to yourself? I said,
Okay,
if
tell
you
me.
say you've got the best squad in Europe, then I would expect the treble. Ash and Slot were talking about the best squad in the league
You
earlier.
said 30 minutes ago that you can't expect a team to win a treble. So it doesn't matter what Ash says. Anton says, sorry. It doesn't matter what he said. Stick to your morals, bro. Stick to your morals.
Thank you, bailiffs. You're just here to try and collect money off everything I'm saying here. You're not saying nothing of substance. You just want to collect off what I'm saying.
Yes.
If you've got the best squad in Europe, that's why I'm just telling you lot, the same thing you're saying Liverpool shouldn't have done. If you say you've got the best squad in Europe, then I have far bigger expectations for you than I do right now. Now I don't expect anything from you other than winning a league because I don't think you got the best squad in Europe.
By the way, PSG won the treble last year. I just looked.
Yeah. So I'm going to go to Seb
PSG.
Next, but before we go to it, here are the treble winners. Here are every single treble winner in European history: Celtic, Ajax, PSV, Man United, Barcelona, who have done it twice, Inter Milan, Bayern Munich, who have also done it twice, and one of them was a sextuple as well, which is crazy. Manchester City and PSG.
I take it back then. No Real Madrid
treble.
But Barca, PSG, okay, fair.
We don't want to hear the rest of that.
I mean, Farmers League, though,
those squads, though, were, you know what's mad, yeah? If you actually, a lot of those teams that probably did the treble, their 11s were probably just super phenomenal, and they probably had like 3 or 4 off the bench that were crazy.
I don't know if PSG's squad from last year was super incredible. I think last year everyone kind of went into the season thinking PSG had lost all their best players, and it was a bit of like, they kind of built momentum in the second half of the season. I don't think that was like one of the greatest squads I've ever seen. Now, in terms of fluidity and how it worked on the pitch, a team, yes. But in terms of on-paper squad, I don't think it ever was.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they had a really good 11, and then they had like 3 or 4 more. And I've seen Enrique do that because I'm sure one of those Barca trebles.
Yeah, one of the Barca ones was also Enrique as well. So Enrique has done it twice himself.
Suarez, Neymar, like you lot ain't got that kind of. That's why I said it's not a disrespect if you say like Real Madrid or whatever, like
you're Seb.
Best squad.
You're Seb. Best squad in Europe? Is that how you feeling?
No, we're up there. I think we have a better squad than Barcelona for sure. They're conceding over 1 XG per game. We saw the quality difference with Barcelona and Real Madrid at the weekend. You can't do that. They concede over 1 XG a game. That's mid-table in the Premier League. They're conceding. XG. Because if you look at XG is the best thing to, if you are going to predict a way a team scores, XG usually at the end of the season evens out. The best team with the best XG usually wins the Premier League. The best team with the best XG in Champions League usually win the Champions League, right? So we have a better squad overall in Barcelona. Barcelona heavily rely on youngsters and their academy graduates. Real Madrid.
They've also scored 10 more goals in their league than you.
And aren't you glazing Dowman and them, man? What's going on here?
You're not even letting me finish.
Sorry. Let's land, man. Let's land.
So I think overall we're better than Barcelona. I wouldn't be troubled if we played them. Real Madrid, they are playing a lot better than last year. I think their system has improved greatly. I think they have a better starting 11 than us. I think if Real Madrid is fully fit, they're better than us. But I think depth-wise, I think we're better, especially the amount of injuries Real Madrid have at the back. They're susceptible to attacks as well. PSG, I think you've seen that at the start of the season. They've barely played Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, and they're still absolutely battering teams. So I wouldn't say we're better than PSG either. I'd say we're in the top 3, but I wouldn't personally argue that we're the best.
Bayern Munich, the only team with 100% record that all wins in all their games.
Yeah,
so far
I was going to get onto Bayern Munich. I think Bayern Munich are the strongest right now. They're my favourites for the Champions League. Once again, their depth, especially up top, isn't brilliant. As long as if they keep their front line fit, then I think they're the favourites. But just below that, I don't think. Like even at the weekend, they're bringing on a 17-year-old. He scored in their cup competition, but I think if we're going by squad as a whole, then yeah, we're in the top 3. But if you're going by starting lineup and squad is different to
don't just
let him finish, Yash.
No, because I'm not going to allow him just to skip over that. You've just said they brought on a 17-year-old when you're playing a 15-year-old Max Dowman.
Yeah, but that was in a cup competition. I'm saying what you're not right. So basically, that is what's underneath their starting players. That's what's underneath. We have 2 rungs above where Dowman is. Dowman isn't a regular player they bring on. Bayern Munich are bringing on teenagers far more regularly than we are. So when you look at the squad depth up front, Arsenal can pretty much pull out 2 11s. Obviously, the second 11 is not as good as what Arsenal's is, but we have more squad depth than them. They have a better starting 11, but the conversation is squad depth. So I think we're easily top 3 for squad depth. If we've got the best squad depth in the best league in the world, then we have to at least be top 3 in Europe. So for me, squad-wise, especially because of how thin our squad was last year, you saw that it failed us near the end of the tournament because we didn't have as much. But I think we're definitely top 3. I wouldn't go out on a complete mental one and go, yeah, we're definitely top. But I'd say top 3.
You know,
I'm personally not scared of anybody, but
not even PSG.
I know.
Anton, don't worry about that stuff.
Yeah, but I know Anton is ready to pop off right now. So this is his time. You know what I mean? He's been waiting for this. So Anton, do Arsenal have the best?
I'm gonna be quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, I will let Cunha go first. I'll let Cunha go first.
Honestly, I
This is
believe
the Arsenal Alliance. I will let everyone have.
maybe the 4th or 5th best squad in Europe.
Okay, and then I let him go.
That's reasonable, Kunle. God
Me
bless you.
personally, like, I'd say if we're talking about squad depth on just our defense, I don't think anyone has the better defensive depth than we have in European football. But as a whole, nah, man. There's Bayern, there's PSG, there's Liverpool, there's Chelsea. There's players that've got more depth than us. I mean,
I see what you're doing. Hey, listen, I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there, bro. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing there. Don't worry about that. Anton.
All right. Well, it's fact. Let's. I'm going to start off with that. And I don't know who was based off of this statement. Made the statement now. They're about a month too late because I made the statement more than a month ago. And this is a seed that I planted that has just grown into like this beautiful tree. Like the more the weeks go past, the more this take is looking more and more correct, and I am loving it. Arsenal do have the best squad in Europe. Now, me and Ash on the Thunderdome, we broke this down. Ash pulled me up. He goes, hey, look at Madrid's squad. So I would say it's not by itself alone, just to clarify, the best squad in Europe. I would say that Real Madrid squad and Arsenal squad is probably there or thereabouts, together, hand in hand, at this point in time. But you look at the squad depth. I'm just looking at Bayern Munich squad depth and PSG squad depth as an example, because every time you guys have brought up in names, I'm just looking at them and I'm like, yeah, Hiroki Ito, Tom Bischoff, Lennart Karl, Josip Stanisic. I mean, I'm just looking at this. They're a 24-man squad. So Arsenal is way more than 24 deep in terms of players that are a starter level quality. And that's why I'm bringing up these names. It sounds like, oh, well, you're just picking up the worst players in Bayern's team. Obviously, you're making it very convenient for yourself. The point is, in Arsenal's team, at that part of the squad, you got Christian Norgard. You've got
Norgard.
No, I'm talking about because I just named the players that I did. I just named the players
sorry.
that I did. Let me freaking. You got right. Mika Marino, who is European champion winner. He's our backup to Declan Rice. You got, and by the backup to striker right now as well. I've got Nkapie, who is a treble winner. I've got Mosquera, who literally comes in, doesn't sound
treble winner. Where? Please.
Don't no wait.
Not treble winner. Sorry, invincible. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was invincible. He's an invincible. In the back, I got Miles Lewis Skelly, who was our starting left back last year. He's our backup right now. I got Ben White, who was our starting right back for years. He's our backup right now. Kepa Arrizabalaga, the most expensive goalkeeper in the history of the planet, thanks to Quest's club, is my backup goalkeeper, right? I've got in midfield, we talked about Norgard Marino. Then I got like players who aren't even available right now. Martin Odegaard's not available right now. I've got Eberiche Eze. I've got Ethan Waneri. Saw Ethan Waneri yesterday. That kid is an absolute baller. That's my third string. That's my third string,
If
number 10.
you think these teams in Europe are looking at Norgard and Waneri,
That's my depth. That's what the reason I'm bringing up these names is none of these are my starters. This is my depth.
If you think Enrique is looking at Norgard, you're smoking Kuba.
No, bruv. You're missing the point. You're missing the point.
Please, I beg you.
You're missing the point because I'm moving backwards and moving my way.
Let me let you go.
This is my depth, right? Behind that, I've got Noni Madueke, who's starting on the right hand side for you, and he's my backup.
And he was our worst player.
Kai Havertz is not even played this season yet. Gabriel Jesus hasn't even played this season yet. I've got Martinelli and Trossard.
Yeah, great squad there.
That's my depth, and I've got, of course,
no. Do you know
the
what
greatness,
Anton,
greatness of 15-year-old Max Dowman.
No, you've just said everything exactly correct. Your squad depth is so good. The players you just listed are injured and can't even play. That's how good that depth is.
No, right. That's it. And we haven't skipped a beat. So Quest is saying we're 1 or 2 injuries away. We've been having injuries all season, and we're still walking this cakewalk in this league to this point. And then get me to my starting 11. I got David Raya been performing better than any goalkeeper in the world right now this season. Right. I've got Timber, who's the best right back in the Premier League. I got Ricardo Calafiori, who's been the best left back in the Premier League. I got the best 2 center backs in the Premier League in Gabriel and Saliba. Give me Declan Rice, one of the best midfielders in the world. Martin Zubimendi, one of the best midfielders in the world. I got Eberiche Eze. I've got Bukayo Saka. I got Victor Gyökeres, over 100 goals in the last 2 seasons, bro.
Yeah, Portugal. Good job, man. Playing against flipping Sunday League players.
So what? Wait, let this man settle and let him cook, because if this is how good we are right now, imagine how good it'll be when Victor Gyökeres does score. You're right now looking at Arsenal's floor in terms of performances. You guys haven't even seen the peak of even like the smallest bit of our powers. We've given you about 10% of our powers at this point. We've got so far to go.
Listen, Gyökeres is struggling so much, bro. Had to score for his flipping knob the other day. Flipping Gyökeres back at it again. Bro, struggling with his feet.
Bro? He's a goal scorer. He puts the ball in the back of the net by any means.
He's not showing me he's a goal scorer.
For all of you guys are saying we're only scoring from set pieces. Bro, if that is what it looks like now, we're top of the league, clear by 6 points, 7 points, only scoring from set pieces. When that open play starts flowing, which it will start flowing, I guarantee you, man, the ceiling is the roof right now.
Bro, you aren't just scoring. You are scoring from open play. It's just
don't even take it there. Don't even take it there. Just keep it about the squad, bro. Just keep about the squad, bro.
Wait, if the ceiling is right there,
leave that alone, Quez, man. Go on, continue.
We're top of the league.
You know what?
No Odegaard, no Havertz, no Jesus, no Madueke. Saliba's out right now. Like Ben White has barely played this season. Kincape has barely played this season. And we are top of the league, clear 6-7.
That's fair though.
That is how scary this squad is. You guys can laugh, tell them. I see the private chat, put Anton on mute. You guys just need to kind of put respect on our name and understand where we're coming from here. You haven't even seen what this team is capable of, and we're still cakewalking this league right now through 9 games.
You know what? Yeah, I've yet to hear a rebuttal to what Anton's saying. Hey, he's saying top 3. They're saying that Seb said top 3 as well. Kunde said top 5. I've yet to hear someone dispute that. So you know what? I accept it. If I was
as the
judge,
best, wait, what are you accepting? The best?
No, but no one called us the best. No one said we were the best.
no, they said they're top 3, top 5, top 3. I can
that's
accept
not
that.
the best.
Wait, which one is it? Top 5 or top 3?
Kunde said top 5.
Because
I said top 2. I said Arsenal and Madrid. I said top 2.
Yeah. Oh,
You
wait.
said
Wait.
Arsenal and Madrid, so you didn't
you're on
say
par with
PSGs.
Real Madrid. So you said you're
No, we're going to go back to PSG. PSG have 23 men in their squad.
But even if because you lot love to do this to us, right? Even if you did an 11 for 11, Madrid
again, this is where this is the disparity in the argument. This is where we disagree.
If you do 11 v 11,
we're talking about 11. Everyone's
11
obsessed with 11s. No, listen, everyone's obsessed
Because
with
that's
11.
football.
No, it's not football. Because one of those 11 comes in, number 12, number 13.
I hear you.
Yeah,
But
not fucking 24. What are we doing?
Let's squad. Sorry, so the other 14 players don't count.
No, I get what you're saying, Andy. I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, usually when it comes to Arsenal, we do that comparison of this team in the league versus Arsenal's 11. So I'm just saying, if you go pound for pound, player for player, and you went against Madrid, how many Arsenal players would get in the Madrid side?
Well, we did win 500 in aggregate last year.
You probably got 2. No, let's not focus on results. Let's talk about the players, because this is why I said about squad, yeah? If you talk about squad depth, I think squad depth, yeah, you've probably got the best squad depth.
That's what I'm saying. That we agree. I didn't say 11. Listen to my words carefully. I never said 11.
Okay, bro, just relax, yeah. Just relax, yeah.
All right.
But I'm also saying it's cool to say across the board because you've got 2 players for every position that can fill in. I get that. But then if you actually look at the 11s, I don't know if you can say your top 3.
No, but that wasn't the question. The question was best squads in the league, not 11. So you're completely deviating the question.
No, I'm not deviating the question. What I'm saying
the question was best squad depths, best squad. We're not talking about 11s. And if Real Madrid's 11 is so much better than ours, why did we batter them last year?
Was it not best
Why
squad
did
in
we
Europe?
batter them if they're so much better than us?
Arsenal don't just have the strongest squad in the Premier League; they have the
Like
strongest.
the one goal we gave them was charity. Saliba literally
like,
Vinny, here. I feel bad for you. You can have one. That's how bad it got last year.
I gave you a way out. I gave you an over the top rope. I
don't want a way out. I don't think I made it very clear. I do not want a way out
in Europe. Yeah,
I want to be able to call this early when Arsenal is destroying the league and the Champions League. And I told you, man, first. That's what I want.
Let me go just say then it's complete fiction. You ain't got the strongest squad. You ain't nowhere near, and I don't even think you're top 5 because half of your 11 wouldn't get into the top 5 squads in Europe. That's fact.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
It is a fact. How many would get in at Barcelona?
Even you, Quest, order in the courtroom because this is getting. Hey, listen.
Man,
we're getting into realms. We're getting into realms that are long. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna make sure there's order. So, Quest. Ask your question.
There we go. So my question is this: since we're saying strongest squads, not depth, strongest squad. How many of your current 11 get into Real Madrid's 11, PSG's 11, Bayern Munich's 11, and Barcelona's 11 for you to be top 5? For you to be top 3, sorry.
Well, one, that's not the question, but I'll answer you anyway. Half our squad starts for Barcelona. Their defense is nowhere near the quality of ours. Our midfield is better than us. What do you mean? Our whole back line does. So 5 players at the back. Our goalkeeper's better. Our whole defense is better. Like,
name them.
Just straight up.
Yeah.
They
Raya.
concede
Okay,
over
David Raya.
one
David
XG a
Raya
game.
starts.
Their defense is nowhere near. I don't need to name the players. If I'm saying every single one's Arsenal,
Question. Relax. Like,
but
I
you're not
answered the
understanding what I'm
question.
saying. If I'm saying the entire Arsenal's backline starts for every squad in Europe, just straight off, every squad in Europe, our backline starts. It's the best backline in the hardest league in the world. We've
who's your
not
left back?
conceded for 6 games.
Who's your left back?
Like, it's ridiculous. What?
Who's your left back?
Ricardo Calafiori, put
Is he-
respect on the
better than-
name.
is he better than Nuno
Saliba,
Mendes?
Gabriel, Timber,
Is he better than
Raya.
Nuno Mendes at PSG?
He's
We were
playing
just
better
talking
this season,
about
yes.
Barcelona.
Even if
Why
you're
did
going
you switch
statistically, he
Barcelona
is.
to
I know.
PSG?
Just so I understand then. So we're talking
No,
about
but you
form.
why? We don't need you to understand. You
You
asked about
Seb
Barcelona.
Seb
so
just had a
continue with your-
meltdown
continue
saying that
with
I
your
wasn't
frame of
understanding him.
questioning.
You're
What
not
was you
understanding the question at all.
This question has
Hey,
nothing
I've
to
answered
do
you
with
your
just asked me
PSG.
to ask my question, and I asked it, and you lot said that I don't understand.
You started talking about PSG when you asked a question about Barcelona. I'm confused.
So
I
wait.
said-
So
You
what's
guys
just happened
sick or
is
what?
Quest mentioned who in the Arsenal squad gets into Barcelona's 11. Then obviously you've Seb said his answer, and then because I think Quest's overarching question was about the multiple teams he listed, he's moved on from Barcelona onto PSG when he's mentioned the left back.
Yeah, and I
So
said
that's
name.
what
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's accepted the Barcelona one. Is that what
I
you're
didn't.
saying?
I was just saying player for player. Player
Yes,
for
so-
player. You didn't name a player. Seb
I'm asking
said
if you've accepted
his
your
whole back
answer. but-
line could get into every
Yes.
single one.
So I
Yes.
don't need to name
So
player
I
by
said
player
player
because you
for
know what
player.
our backline is.
And then you could go through the teams. That's why
Yeah,
I said,
so-
is Calafiori better than Nuno Mendes?
Yes.
I think you're
Okay.
delusional.
Even
You know what, guys? Listen, we are going to go down a rabbit hole that I do not have time for if we keep doing this. But I just was intrigued to see how far we could go before it descended into madness, and it took 5 minutes. Right, so we got some comments here that says, "I agree with Chelsea fan on the panel. We have to prove it, and that's impossible. 9 games in." I think he's talking about how good Arsenal are. We got a super chat here that says, which 8 players for Real Madrid better not be defense? I think this was an earlier comment from when I think Seb might have mentioned there's 8 players that Arsenal team gets into the Real Madrid team, something like that. So we pretty much understand where he was saying there. KJ, would Bayern, Real Madrid, PSG, or Barcelona win the Premier League? Yes, they all could. They're all top quality teams. Man like Matt, I don't associate with the Bleach Report guy. We doing good but calmer.
who's he played?
I think that's you, eh? I think that's you, Anton.
I think he's
Oh,
bottom
no,
right.
I am honored if
I think BR means bottom right.
Oh, bottom right. Oh, Matt, type like a normal person. You flipping Gen ZX.
Hey, listen, I think he's
people.
done that because the £2 character limit.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Ash,
I
say
need the
get your
money
money up, Ash. Matt, Ash should get your money up. That's peak, man. As an Arsenal fan, Anton, can you respectfully be quiet? You do all of this in March 2026 when we're in the UCL finals and leading the EPL by 12 points.
Can I respond to that just quickly?
Yeah, he's called you out directly, so that's fine.
So look, for me, this is the way I operate. I like to get ahead of things rather than wait until later on after everybody else has said it and just jump on the bandwagon. I'd rather be leading the bandwagon. So you can all be all nervous, be like, hey, this guy's putting a spotlight on a club, and I understand that. It's been 20 years of pain. I've been through it too, my friend. But for me, I for myself, I like to get ahead of this stuff. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I will say Anton was wrong. But to this point, as long as I keep being right on this, I'm not backing down. Like, I'd rather be ahead than be behind. I want to be a leader, not a follower. That's just me.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
enough.
translation, those are Anton's thoughts alone.
Anton's thoughts. Absolutely.
Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with leading, nothing wrong with following,
business,
as long
Anton.
as you get there, as long as you get to your destination. We got a super chat here that says, imagine being a Newcastle fan and trying to banter someone. Also, this Chelsea fan is dumb as hell. Who cares about Real Madrid South behavior?
I told you about Arsenal fans. They always result to insults, you know. $5
May
to
I just
insult,
say this,
bro.
no matter who you support, whether it be Chelsea, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Newcastle, like Burton Albion, Solihull Moors, it doesn't matter who you support. You have the right to banter everybody and anybody because that is football. So we do not accept small club discrimination. We have got your back, Ash. We have got your back.
Listen, what I will say is right
dig,
now.
like that.
Listen now. We just let them slide. But listen, what we do, we say this right.
Wow.
Do you have a trophy more recent than us? There we go. Let's move on.
You can put the medals on the table. To be fair, that is right. Sage, man like Sage says, so some man finding it hard to understand what squad means. Critical thinking is clearly lacking over the Chelsea.
I told you. Arsenal fans is always about trying to.
That's why I started with Norgard and everybody's giving me the side eye because I was trying to talk about squad
disgusting,
depth.
bro. The fact that you even said squad
No,
depth.
because the point was I was talking about
Let's
squad
not even
depth,
get
not
back into it, bro.
11.
I think we all agree.
We've got some more super chats, man. We've got more super chats. Don't worry about it. Matt is back again. He's up the money. He got his money up to £5 now. Here we go. He said, facts are we have the best defense in Europe. Therefore, our entire defender starts for any team in Europe. Fact.
So dumb.
You can't argue with that, Chelsea fan. It is. To be fair, there is actually a wider debate to have about this, but I ain't got time for that, unfortunately. We've got a couple of more, and then we are going to be out of here. So we've got here say from Spell that says, Anton, he liked your speech till the ceiling is the roof. I'm so glad someone else caught on to that because I'm also thinking that means you're limited. If your ceiling is the roof, that means you can only go so far. Ash,
no, you guys don't get what ceiling is the roof means, right? Yeah. The roof is above the ceiling, right? So if you flip them around, that means the ceiling is higher than other people's ceilings. The roof is on top of the house.
The roof.
You know what I mean?
So it's a very way you flipped it. I like it. I very like it because in my head, in a room, the ceiling is above your head, and so is the roof. So you can only go as far as
the roof is above the ceiling, correct?
Yeah, but the roof is also a ceiling.
I love the angle, Anton. I respect it.
Yeah, no, but the roof is also a ceiling.
Yeah,
because it's above you.
I hear you.
No, but I'm saying is that we've gone beyond the roof, on top of the house, and now I can push the ceiling above the roof.
Yeah, that's why
My God, what are you?
You know what, Anton? I love you, bro. You are philosopher. You're a philosopher.
Yeah, he's the best.
This is why I've been waiting to get on a stream with Quest because both me and Quest have answers for everything, and that's why I've been waiting to be able to have to share.
That was and also, Twisted Bob said, Ash, your lighting is low-key very seductive.
The thing is, right? Do you know what?
All right, Twisted Baba.
It's only happened because I've changed my light around and I forgot to plug the one in, so it actually died. So we're just going with the seductive light.
Hey man, this is remember Ash has a child, so you know how we got there. This is how,
hey, man. Yeah,
lads.
Slipped and fell.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. I've had a wonderful time. It's been a wonderful chat today on Six Sided. We'll be back tomorrow on TFT with more content. We've got Terry has got Killing the Game probably coming out in some way, shape, or form. He also will be back for Straight Facts. Like I said, when you see Terry again, ask him how his arm doing because you know what I'll go on with him. You know what I'm saying? We know what I'll go on with him. He was too scared, too weak to come on. But yes, I just want to say a big thank you to Quest, Ash, Kunle, Seb, and Anton for the amazing show. Make sure you guys are liking this stream, subscribe to the Football Terrace, and we will be redirecting you to MHF and their live show. So make sure you go over there and support everyone over there, Mo, Hassam, and everyone involved in the show. But until then, guys, enjoy yourselves. Friday's tomorrow. It'll be a new month in November and the weekend.
October was so good, though. Damn, I don't want to move on past October, to be honest.
Listen, now October's been long, man. Get it out of here. November, here we come. All right, guys. Peace out.